In the previous lecture, we already built up the sparse table, and in the first lecture, we also saw that the power of sparse table lies answering idempotent queries in constant time, right? Unlike segment trees and phonic trees that takes big of log n time, sparse table can answer idempotent queries in big of one time. So, to clarify what an idempotent query is, let's start with an example. Let's say you have an array of 8 elements, 6, 13, 5, 4, 7, 1, 22, 9. So this is our array. The indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the query that you have to answer is maximum of range 2 to 7. Let's say 2 to 7, right? Okay. So let's say that somehow magically you know what is the maximum value in the range 2 to 5, which is 7, right? In the range 2 to 5 you have maximum value of 7, and you know it somehow. And similarly, somehow you know what is the maximum value in the range 4 to 7, which is 22. If you know these values, then you can say that maximum of 2 to 7 is nothing but maximum of range 2 to 5 that we already know, and maximum of range from 4 to 7, right? Now, one interesting thing, if you notice, then these two values, these two indexes 4 and 5, they have been calculated twice, right, in this range, because you once calculated 4 and 5 in this value max to 5, both are included, and in this value max 4 to 7 4 and 5 are still included. But does it change our answer? So obviously not, because when you are calculating this max, this will be max of 2 and 5, which is 7, and 22, eventually be 22. So it does not matter how many times this range is overlapped, right? The answer won't change. But if you change query, let's say I told you to calculate sum 2 to 7. Now you can say that sum 2 to 7 will be sum of sum 2 to 5, and then sum of 5 to 7, because if you do this, then what will happen? Then this will be sum of 5 4 7 1 9 6 17 plus sum of 5 to sum of 4 to 7, sorry, sum of 4 to 7, which will be 79 30 39. This will be 56, but 56 will be wrong answer, because here you have calculated these two values twice, right, for sum. But for maximum, it did not matter that how many times these two numbers were being calculated, right? So this is what idempotent query is. In idempotent query, it does not matter how many times, so how much your ranges overlap and how many times one value is being considered, because it does not, in the end it does not change your answer. So other queries, idempotent queries, will be minimum and GCD or LCM, because if you calculate minimum, again minimum here will be 1 and minimum here will be 1, and it does not matter if you are calculating minimum using 1 twice, because it does not change your answer. But if you are calculating sum, then it will be added twice, this value will be added twice. So sum is not an idempotent query, but this type of queries like maximum, minimum, GCD, LCM, these are idempotent queries. Okay, so now that we know what is an idempotent query, So let's see how sparse table is able to answer this idempotent query in big of one time, right? Okay, so let's say, let's generalize this. Let's say you have to answer max of L and R. I have taken here example as max, but can be any idempotent query like min, GCD, LCM, right? And this range length is what is this range length? This range length is +1. Let's say I have a value j, which is log 2 of r minus l plus 1, right? So if I look up in the table, in the sparse table that I have built, if I look up this value, table lj, what will this value give me? This value will give me maximum element in the range starting from L going to L plus 2 power j minus 1, right? And let's say there is some x for which this range is R. That means x plus 2 power j minus 1. If I consider this to be R, that means my x will be R plus 1 minus 2 power j. So my table, in my table, if I replace x as R plus 1 minus 2 power j and j, this will give me the range, maximum in the range R plus 1 minus 2 power j and R, right? So now that we have these two values already in the table, we can take maximum of these two values in big of one type. That means this query max LR can be answered in constant time, right? Because finding logarithm of one value is a constant time, and this is constant time because we have already built the table. So we can just look up to the in the table to get this value, and this value also can be looked up from the table. That means all the operations here are constant, and this query can be answered in constant time. Now where the how does idempotence help us? So if you look at this example, so L to J can table Lj can overlap and table Xj also can overlap, but that does not matter because no matter how many times you are calculating this range, our answer won't change in idempotent queries, right? So that's how we are going to answer idempotent queries in big of one time. So let's start writing code. Okay, so I have already made 4 queries here to get maximum value in those ranges. It's called int q, L and R. And we have to answer range max queries, right? Okay, so what did we see here? We see the first thing we have to calculate was the logarithm value of the range length, right? So let's call it j, in j equals to log 2 of r minus l plus 1, and we have to return maximum between two values, starting from L and goes up to length of 2 bar j, and another one was from r plus 1 minus 2 bar j, r plus 1 minus 2 bar j goes up to length j, right? Okay, let's see. Yeah, so yeah, if you can see the maximum value between indexes 2 to 5 is 7, maximum value in the whole array is 22, maximum value between 4 and 6 is 22, and maximum value with one range, that is 3, 4, 4, right? Okay, so that's how you answer idempotent queries in big of one time. So okay, the only thing to notice here is that you can build a logarithm table of size n plus 1 to get this value in big of one time. I have just uh, I have just used log2 function here to simplify the code, but you can already use the, you can build a logarithm table and use it for, you have to build it only once at the beginning. Okay, so in the next lecture we'll be seeing how to answer non-idempotent queries, that is that was range sum query, because range sum query here was a non-idempotent query, because in range sum you cannot overlap your ranges, right? Because if you overlap ranges, then this answer will be added twice. So in the next video we are going to see how to answer non-idempotent queries in log n time. So okay, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one.